Welcome to my presentation. Today I am talking about the African civilization. And here are my questions. And the first one is, what is the geography of their country? Well, as you can see here from this map, they definitely have a wide diversity. And as you can see here, down by the equator, it's actually more of a tropical wetland, while up here it's a desert. And there's also highlands as well. And it's actually quite fascinating because whenever I think of Africa, I think of deserts. And well, definitely there are a ton of deserts in Africa. Because Africa is so big, it's 11.7 million square miles. They actually have definitely a wide diversity. So how many countries are in this civilization? Well, there's 54 recognized countries. And a fun fact is that there's 1,250 to 3,000 languages spoken in Africa. And what about their religions? Well, as you can see here from this image, in 1900, the traditional or tribal religion was very prominent, but has declined quite a lot over the years. And Christianity and so Muslim and Christians are actually quite prominent nowadays, as you can see from this map over here. But also what's quite fascinating is that there still are the traditions from the tribal culture have kind of integrated into some of the cultures with Muslims and Christians. So what are the internal conflicts of the civilization? Well, there are a ton of internal conflicts. There's a lot of civil wars going on. There's also a lot of terrorist attacks going on, just like within the country, within the civilization. Like, for example, that in this place there's been mass killings of nearly 300,000 people since the early 1990s due to political and social issues. And then in the Lake Chad Basin conflict, there's been a ton of slaughterings, burning, terrorizing, huge humanitarian crisis over there, and definitely there's a ton of terrorists that are involved. And so what are some major problems in this civilization? So what's this civilization facing? Definitely poor government. There's a lot, the governments are definitely struggling over there. Also corruption. Corruption is very prominent. They also have problems with unemployment, population growth. Definitely there's been a big population growth, but the problem with that is the governments haven't stepped up to meet those needs, and the needs aren't being met as the population's been growing. The needs just really haven't been met. And there's also been insecurity and droughts and famine. But looking on the bright side, there are some positive things that are happening within the civilization, namely humanitarian services. There's a lot of people who have been helping to alleviate poverty, educate the people, especially the children and the youth, and they're also digging wells, making sure that people are provided with clean water. So what about civilization clashing with other civilizations? Well, I watched the recording for the class, and some of the students talked about how so Islam, there's been terrorist attacks trying to take over. There's also other civilizations clashing over exploiting natural resources. And what about refugees and migrations? Well, there's 3 million refugees, which is a ton of refugees, and a lot of these refugees are escaping from the war-torn countries. And they actually make up two-thirds of the world's refugees. So definitely something that we should be paying attention to. So to conclude, as we learn more about other civilizations, we can better understand our place in the world, and we can also learn from the success and failure of other civilizations. And here are my sources, and thank you for watching.